I wish I had known when I was younger about doing tax preparation because I would have done it, and at least at a seasonal level made a little bit of money so that I wouldn't have been so painfully broke all the time. I would have done at least a seasonal side hustle just to have a financial cushion for the year. Doing this, I would have learned about taxes, a topic that bores or terrifies most people, but that we're all required to file. And then I would have learned about retirement accounts and investing and about putting money in a tax-advantaged account and letting it sit in an index fund or the benefits of a Roth IRA. There are so many little things that I didn't really understand until I became a tax pro. So let me tell you that if you have even a shred of interest, if you're on the fence, if you're even dabbling with the idea of becoming a tax pro, then you should, and let me tell you why. I'll start with the good and then make my way over to the bad, and hopefully that helps you decide whether or not this is something that you should do. A quick background on me. I was in the real estate industry for years, and there was some overlap between my real estate businesses and taxes, so I already had a decent understanding of business taxes, but I eventually decided to take the plunge and do a tax season at H&R Block to round out my understanding of personal income taxes and also have a bunch of customers to practice on. I then went on to become an enrolled agent and finally opened my own tax firm. So now I have a good understanding of what it's like being a tax pro and having a tax firm, and I think it's a great and often overlooked way to make money. Okay, now on to the good. Startup cost. The cost is minimal if you want to start your own tax practice. Unlike many other businesses, you don't need inventory, you don't need products, you don't need storage, you don't even need an office. You simply need knowledge plus a computer and internet access, and you're in business. You don't need a college degree. You need experience and eventually a credential. In California, for example, there's a starting credential. It's called a CTEC certificate. And then after that, you can get something like your enrolled agent license through the IRS. So this is something where if you know what you're doing, if you get experience, you can get a credential without having to spend years studying unrelated topics at a university while racking up student debt. Recurring clients. If you do someone's taxes one year, it's very likely they're going to call you up the next year and ask you to do their taxes again. They also often need additional services like bookkeeping or tax planning throughout the year. So you can count on repeat customers, which are recurring clients, which means repeat business, and that means recurring money. Flexibility. You can have tremendous flexibility because with preparing taxes, you can front load your year, meaning you can just work hard during the tax season and then coast on autopilot and work minimally the rest of the year. You can set your own work schedule, work when you want, how you want, and what you want to work on. You can listen to music, you can listen to a podcast, and work on a tax return whenever you feel like it. Strong income potential. Now, there's big income potential based on what you want to make of the business. You can do this as a seasonal side hustle, or if you want to be full-time and go all the way, you can do that. Do you want to push the limit and make as much money as you want, working hard year round? Anything that you want to do, how you want to structure your business is up to you, and the sky's the limit. That's some of the good. Now let's talk about some of the bad. Bad clients. Now I've heard tax pros say that doing taxes is great, except for the clients, and this is because most people hate taxes. They don't want to deal with it. That's why they're hiring you, the tax pro. And unless a tax pro has an organized and strict onboarding process for their clients, it's guaranteed that their clients are going to test their patience and make them crazy. Stress. There is potential for it to be a high-stress job if you don't have strict boundaries in place. This is because during tax season, tax pros often take on as much business as they can, which then creates a tremendous amount of pressure to get a lot done in a little amount of time, which is very stressful. Tax code. Another issue that's been a complaint from the tax pro community is the never-ending complexity and changing of the tax code, which makes our job more work and harder to do, but with the same limited time frame to get it done. And these are all valid downsides, but I also think that most of these issues can be mitigated by being very selective about who you choose to work with, how you choose to work, and the type of work that you do. So if this is of any interest to you, I would highly encourage you to go work as a seasonal tax preparer to dip your toes in the water and see if you like the temperature. If you have any questions, please leave a comment. I'll be happy to respond. Thank you for watching.